Gemma 4, build and automate anything. You're paying for AI tools every single month. Cloud subscriptions, API fees, usage limits. And the worst part, every prompt you send leaves your device, your data, your work, your ideas, sent to someone else's server. But what if you didn't have to do any of that? What if you could run a seriously powerful AI model for free, right on your own hardware? No internet, no subscription, no data leaving your computer. That's exactly what Gemma 4 just made possible. And in this video, I'm going to show you what it can actually do. Hey, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, and I help people learn and implement AI tools that actually save time and make their work better. Today, we're talking about Gemma 4, Google DeepMind's brand new family of open models. And I want to be very clear right from the start. This isn't hype. This is real. The numbers back it up. The community is already building with it. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it can do, how it works, and whether it's worth your time. Let's get into it. So first, what even is Gemma 4? Google DeepMind released Gemma 4 on April 2nd, 2026. It's a family of open AI models, meaning the weights are publicly available and you can run them yourself. And here's the big deal. It's released under the Apache 2.0 license. That means it's completely free. Free to use, free to build with, free to modify. Even for commercial use. No license fees, no API costs, no usage limits. And Google built Gemma 4 using the same research and technology that powers Gemini 3, their proprietary flagship model. So you're essentially getting frontier-level AI capabilities in a free open package you can run on your own machine. Now here's what really matters, and I'll break this down clearly, so stay with me. Gemma 4 comes in 4 different sizes, and each one is designed for different hardware. The E2B is the smallest, around 2.3 billion effective parameters. This one runs on smartphones, IoT devices, and even in your browser. It needs less than 1.5 gigabytes of memory when using LiteRT's optimized runtime. That's smaller than most apps on your phone. The E4B is slightly larger, around 4.5 billion effective parameters. Still runs on edge devices, still runs on phones, much more capable. Then you've got the 26B, which uses a mixture of experts architecture. This is where it gets clever. Even though it has 26 billion total parameters, it only activates around 4 billion at once during inference. So it uses way less compute than you'd expect. You can run this on about 18 gigabytes of total memory. And finally, the 31B, the flagship, the big one, ranks as the number 3 open model in the world right now on Arena AI's leaderboard. But here's the thing, you can run it on around 20 gigabytes of RAM with 4-bit quantization, which means a decent gaming PC or a modern MacBook with enough RAM can handle it. I want to pause here for a second. When I first started working with local AI models, I felt pretty overwhelmed. There were so many options, so many settings, and it was hard to know which workflows were actually worth your time versus which ones were a dead end. That's why I built a community called AI Profit Boardroom. We've got over 2,000 members now, all focused on learning AI tools together and sharing what actually works. Real use cases, real implementations, real feedback on what saves time and what doesn't. If you're serious about using AI to improve your work and your skills, check it out. Link is in the description. Now, I know some of you are thinking, 20 gigs of RAM? I don't have that. Don't worry, I'll cover the use cases that work on much less in just a moment. Because the community is running full agentic workflows on just 6 gigabytes of RAM. And that part is wild. Let's talk about what makes Gemma 4 actually different from the models we've seen before. First, it's multimodal. Every single size in the Gemma 4 family can process images and text together, not just the big models, all of them. You can pass in a photo and ask it to describe it, extract data from it, read text in the image, all of that. And the smaller E2B and E4B models also support audio input, so they can understand spoken language too. Second, the context window is massive. The edge models support 128,000 tokens. The larger models support up to 256,000 tokens. That means you can pass in an entire code base, a long document, even multiple files at once, all in a single prompt. Third, it's genuinely agentic. This is big. Gemma 4 supports multi-step planning, tool use, and function calling natively, without any special fine-tuning. That means you can build agents that take actions, chain steps together, and solve problems autonomously, right on your own device, offline. And fourth, it works in over 140 languages. So this isn't just a tool for English speakers. It's designed for a global audience from the ground up. Now let's talk about the performance jump, because the numbers here are genuinely impressive. The previous model, Gemma 3, scored 20.8% on AIME 2026. That's a math benchmark. The Gemma 4 31B scores 89.2% on the same test. That's not a small jump. That's a complete transformation. On Live Code Bench, a coding benchmark, Gemma 3 scored 29.1%. Gemma 4 31B scores 80.0%. And here's the part that really matters for most of us. The edge models, the E4B and E2B, outperform Gemma 3's 27 billion parameter model on many benchmarks. Despite being 6 to 10 times smaller, the intelligence per parameter has gone way up. Okay, now let me tell you what the community has actually been building, because this is where it gets really interesting. One developer built a live camera vision app. Point your camera at something. Gemma 4 describes what it sees in real time, all running locally. No cloud connection. This works because Gemma 4 supports WebGPU, which means it can run directly in a browser using something called Transformers.js. Everything is local. Everything is free. Another builder combined Gemma 4 with RoboFlow's RF data for object detection. The object detection model spots and labels objects in a scene. Then Gemma 4 writes a full natural language summary of what's happening. It's like giving a computer real eyes and the ability to explain what it sees. There's also a repo audit agent running on just 6 gigabytes of RAM. This one uses the Gemma 4 E4B model to actually execute bash commands, call tools, and audit an entire code repository. Multi-step, autonomous, agentic, on consumer hardware that most people already own. Someone else integrated Google Maps as a skill. The local AI model can now query real-world location data. So you've got a local private AI agent that can interact with real-world tools without your conversation being stored on anyone else's server. And on the Pixel 10 Pro, the E2B model is doing audio transcription, real-time speech understanding on device. No data sent anywhere. Now, I need to be honest about the limitations too, because I'm not here to hype things up without the full picture. The audio processing on the smaller models is capped at around 30 seconds for some use cases. That's a real limitation for anything that needs longer audio understanding. The training data has a cutoff of January 2025, so it won't know about recent events unless you give it tools to search the web. And like any AI model, it can still get things wrong. Google recommends using the thinking mode and verifying outputs for important tasks. Video input is technically possible via frame extraction, but it's capped at 60 seconds, so it's not a full video understanding model in that sense. These aren't deal breakers, but you should know about them before you start building. Alright, let's talk about how to actually get started with Gemma 4. The easiest way right now is through Hugging Face. The models are all available there. You can also use Ollama, which lets you run models locally with a single command in the terminal, or Unsloth Studio, which is an open source web UI that makes running these models feel much more like using a regular app. For the E2B and E4B models, if you want to try this on your phone, Google's AI Edge Gallery app is already live on iOS and Android. You can run Gemma 4 directly in the app and even build your own agent skills from scratch. The app supports multi-step agentic workflows entirely on device. For browser-based use, without installing anything, the web GPU path via Transformers.js is the way to go. This is how those live camera demos work. Everything runs in the browser using your GPU. No server, no API, no account. If you're a developer and you want to go deeper, LiteRTLM is Google's optimized runtime for running these models at the edge. It can process 4,000 input tokens across 2 distinct skills in under 3 seconds. And it works on Raspberry Pi 5, Qualcomm Dragonwing NPUs, and more. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences. What's working? What's not? Which tools are worth your time? Which ones to skip? No hype. Just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It's helped me stay on top of updates and figure out how to actually apply them. Link is in the description if you want to check it out. And if you want the full process, SOPs and 100 plus AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links are in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 58,000 members who are crushing it with AI. See you in the next one.